And during COVID, when the mask mandates and everything were trapping our children without smiles, I had to speak up. I had a daughter in high school who was battling depression. I have a son with Down syndrome who could no longer hear because he couldn't see the faces of the people that were talking to him, nor could they see his smile, which is his wonderful joy to so many. So here I am again today, wanting to support parental rights in the vaccine exemptions. I felt helpless to help my kids. And I don't want to feel that way ever again, and I don't want my kids and my grandchildren to be subject to control by a government who doesn't necessarily have their best interest in mind. So I just give you my support to vote forward any opportunity to give rights back to parents.
Inherited wealth is often squandered by the next generation. You here have been given an inheritance of a healthy community free from devastating childhood diseases. My parents knew firsthand what the pain of life-threatening diseases were. They changed history for my generation because they gave us the vaccine for diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. I am the last generation to get a smallpox vaccine. We eradicated that disease. I'm the first generation to get a polio vaccine. I remember very well in second grade walking into the gym to get my little sugar cube. We were glad to get it because we knew polio. We knew people who had died, who were maimed. My friend down the street's mother lived in an iron lung. You have never had to be afraid of polio. You've never had to be concerned about it for your children. My generation still experience measles, mumps, rubella. They're not as serious as polio, but they are devastating. When I had the opportunity to give my children the MMR vaccine and prevent that, I was grateful. This gift of health was won by everyone in the community doing their part and getting vaccinated. Fast forward to today. What will you here in Ottawa County do to preserve this gift? Or are you going to squander it? Your resolution concerns me, not because of parent rights or any of that, but because you include a recommendation to use the VIIRS report. You should look into that report. It's unverified raw data. It is used by the government, compiled and put together on an information sheet for parents in a readable, verified way. Why would you as a board recommend using raw, unverified data for our parents? Why wouldn't you want them to have the best information? The danger in using unverified data is you can come to the wrong conclusion. Then you make bad decisions. As a former public health nurse for Ottawa County, I urge you not to squander this inheritance of good health.
The unfortunate thing today is that there is so much misinformation out there that's on the web that in order to get the truth is difficult for people at times, for parents, for grandparents, because there is so much on the web. And often I think through this process that we forget about the fact that this is not just about me, it's about us. It's about all of us. So we're in community whether we want to think of it that way or not. We are a community. And oftentimes the prevention that I have keeps me from giving something to Rachel or to Mr. Zach.
and to echo Commissioner Bergman's comments on misinformation, yeah, where do you turn, right? Where do you go? You know, read the local paper, you take the gal who's on the gas pump, as Commissioner Lee mentioned. Where do you go? So honestly, I really believe that what we learned with COVID is it was intended to be prescriptive, that we follow protocol and have papers, show your papers, comply. And this is just one small step to converse about, you know, that whole time frame. It's clear to me that there are systems or people that benefit from keeping us in COVID land. I get it, we care about each other, we care about our neighbors, we don't want to spread illness or make anybody sick. But to believe that there's, you know, this magic vaccine that will make it better, that magic vaccine sure gave a lot of corporate individuals a lot of money. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm passionate about this, just like everyone else in the room. And this issue has, in many ways, damaged relationships among family members, and employers and their employees. People have left careers, people have been asked to leave careers over this. And I heard someone earlier say that this is not a Democrat versus Republican issue. I mean, let's, on the national level, we've got folks of both stripes talking about, and they're not in agreement. So I'm just grateful that we have this opportunity to start having a conversation. I will be voting in favor of this resolution. And for those that came tonight and shared their personal experiences and that pain that you brought into the room, I know a lot of people felt it. And that's courage.